I'm going to add, a player who checks right the fuck out after the first time something goes wrong. We have someone like this in our group who has gotten so much worse since we moved to Roll20. In person, he would just cheat. Like he'd roll the die and say a different number. After several attempts to do that in Roll20, which were just embarrassing, he now just checks out of the pretty Udge Judy is not an answer retro vintage shirt. It is amazing to me how childish some people can become when they're sitting down in front of a game. There's a reason it's called a Hail Mary. Duh. I don't get when people have these crazy plans and expect them to work every time. Pretty Udge Judy is not an answer retro vintage shirt. Tank top, V-neck, ladies tee for men and women. Tank top, V-neck. Yikes. I've never had a player actively cheat like that before. I'd included pouting tendencies under Control Freak, but I think you're right that they deserve their own category. I've certainly come across a fair few players who throw their toys out of the pram when they can. Never get that Hail Mary's strategy to land, or a pretty Udge Judy is not an answer retro vintage shirt. I just plainly explained to them that we are all adults, and if they are going to act like this, then and you're out. Peace. 'Cause it works for the heroes in movies. And it looks cool on the screen while they do it. The player probably doesn't realize that harebrained schemes are only tried when the easier, safer, saner plans have already gone awry. Official Pretty Udge Judy is not an answer retro vintage sweatshirt. Hoodie. Sweatshirt. Hoodie. They see Hawkeye bounce a few arrows around to hit a baddie behind total cover, and they go to that option first. Regardless of the fact that Pretty Udge Judy is not an answer retro vintage shirt. But the reality is that it's something that should only ever be used sparingly for good reasons. It only applies when the cool action technically wouldn't be feasible otherwise, but the action is uniquely creative. Its execution is uniquely interesting. Other products.